Again, another reason I'm rightfully angry at women is that men lead and women maintain. They've made it hard for me to maintain and to make effective videos by not being with me as a suitable helper to meet all my needs. Again, I was talking about spar it. What are you trying to do? Spar it in nature, right? Be the best samurai. That's limited to samurai. You have to make an uncontrolled challenge to all systems in the place where people would expect to find it most, which is on YouTube. That is where you would expect someone to make an uncontrolled challenge to everyone. That's where I looked. That's where I put my challenge. That's where from there I went out showing people on different social media sites, at least Facebook and other sites, and commenting on all their videos. Anyone who would seek to emerge as the top martial artist must come out and accept the challenge. They didn't, and they accepted the trajectory toward technology. Heroes is master, not those who let the devil lead them from their martial art, from their evil cultures that are not martial art cultures. Okay, they're fake martial art cultures at best. All right. Or at worst, really. So again, I went over, they follow the principles of evil and no servant is innocent or greater. Read Matthew 10:24 through 25. Work the angles, angels, and angles. Okay. Complicity and non-action is guilt. Okay, again, part of the reason I'm mad is the way I'm saying this in the first place. Okay, if women were helping to nurture me and, be effective, right? I'd have someone else listening and say, hey, you know what? You sound annoying right now. Or, your gi is not perfect. Let me iron that for you, right? They would be helping me get on point. My focus needs to be on my message, not my image, not how clean my beanie is, okay, and so on and so forth. They should be helping me with that. A gorgeous helper who's sharp and on point and ready to die and sacrifice all the people, right? Ready to be persecuted and have people persecute her family. That's who should have been here. Where are they? Show me one video where you see someone who fits that description. Nobody. Even though there's been a few people, guest starring here and there, fit that description. Okay. And this is in the most populated state and one of the most populated countries in the world, a multicultural nation. There's no excuse for it. All right. Of course, other countries are basically just bowing down to the West and sucking their dicks. That's why the Igbos didn't prevent the death of the king of Ares Cult Center, who was a member of my family. Again, I really have to explain this. I'm dealing with idiots, so I have to explain. Okay, the spirit chooses not the Igbo tribe, not the cult center, right? The spirit. The king on record is not the king. I'm the king. Okay, he's the quote-unquote king. I am the true king because the spirit, Sparit, chooses the king. Okay, not some old guy, with all due respect, right? Didn't really know him. Okay, it is what it is. They killed him to get at me and to warn the cowards, right? People who cling on to this world, It's like clinging on to their teddy bear. Look, my teddy bear, over the principles, it makes me feel good. They're bitches. That's all. And if there is no God, all your family are little pets, right? They make you feel good. That's why God is dog backwards. They're bitches. They see things in terms of pets and they cling on to it. Lupus, right? Love is a sport, an act, a conquest, right? These are bitches I'm dealing with. Non-martial art bitches. It's what happens when people aren't true martial artists. They default in their bitch state. My goodness, they don't have the insight to truly die for something worth dying for, and they choose to cling on to flesh and teddy bears and pets over principles of righteousness. Complicity and non-action as guilt. The God and the animals argument I just made. The path and survival of their family climbing the blood money corporate ladder. How effectively can one survive poor? Why would they want to survive in this evil world poor? So then the survivors are either idiots who are trying to hang on as poor servants in an evil world, or they're trying to vie for power with other evil people. They're all stupid. This brings me to the line. Shaolin, right? This is part of why I'm used to wearing these gis, is because I started off with Taekwondo and Shaolin Kung Fu, when I was a teenager, about 15 or so. Shaolin Show line. Okay? Show line, the reproductive cycle line. When have you slipped into being controlled by people behind the scenes, the occult? Occult meaning hidden, right? The hidden manipulation of the reproductive cycle. Eurocentric, eugenics, it starts with EU. EU, the European Union, genetics, right? Eugenics, okay? Genes, genes, European Union, gene, I-C, eugenics, eugenic, okay? Complicity, non-action, ill-gotten gains, and the new opportunities that they benefit from. Even if you're trying hard not to be guilty and you're given to the poor and all this stuff, there's new opportunities for you that are available because you did not stand with the hero. Complicity, non-action, ill-gotten gains, and new opportunities. The difference is the blameless one's bloodline must make the call, right? Michael in the Bible, he must make the call of when to seal the 7 seals, when they can only see all the Greco-Roman deities, which are the continuity of the Sumerian and ultimately the continuity of the old African deities that migrated to Sumer and mixed with other people's cultures and gave you this new form. But let them make us. They made these new deities in their non-martial artist demon image. They migrated through Crete and the Persians, and all these people joined them. Okay, so I can exist because I'm blameless. I choose when to seal it. Anyone who exists outside the divine order, especially after I've sealed it with my death, no one can come stand with me anymore, by default is evil. You're in hell. There is no escaping. There is no being good. There's only how long you're in hell. If you're in hell and it is sealed, die is one logical argument. I'm not necessarily saying you should do that. If I was one of them, I would stop at nothing to kill the people in charge and to whoever I blamed for screening out the last blameless one and making a trajectory of science and technology that makes it impossible for a righteous person to say we should keep on going. Science and technology is probably the main reason that I have sealed it in this form. Western science and technology in this form is the main reason it's sealed after I die. They have sealed the fate, right? Fat, E for evil, right? By the bull, right? The bull, the fat, out of touch with reality type of person, and the little mini-me, psychopath, kind of Dr. Evil's little evil, mini-me, has sealed it. Okay? These little guys who insist that they be seen as the top martial artists and they're big, brute UFC and fat, Klansmen and corrupt cop and so on and so forth, the pigs have helped seal it. Okay? They didn't come together and say, stop! They didn't. They have police unions and shit. Not only are they cops and they know each other, they also have unions and fraternal organizations. Look, it's sealed after I die. You're a dumbass if you don't see it that way. Anyway, the Nigerian Civil War example. I grew up mad at America for their lack of helping the Igbos fight against these people when it was a philosophical war, a religious war, a civil war, a tribal war. And God describes things in the Bible in terms of tribes, right? Described in terms of tribes, rather. Tribe of Judah, right? And so on. The Philistines, the Amorites, and blah, 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 right? Okay. So I grew up mad at them. They never presented a single viable counter-argument because they were wrong. There was no excuse for working with the New World Order, so to speak, the globalist bankers and the arms dealers to arm the government and to kill 2 million or so Igbos in 3 years. There was no excuse for that kind of betrayal. All right. And ultimately, the people have benefited from it. We see that the Igbos are among the most competitive people in academics, right? They perhaps score better in academics than any group of people on the planet. And I've covered this to a large degree in other videos. Okay, so as these people are getting killed, right, they're killing the smartest, the most physically fit, right? You can kind of see the Igbo in Michael Jordan. He resembles me. Look carefully at his older pictures. Before, my cheeks were a little bit more round. I was very much like a Jordan look. He probably is mixed with white to some degree as well. Okay, so look at how Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali resemble my uncle, and so on and so forth. I've posted these in videos in the past. Okay. So this is the philosophical religious blame. If you are Christian, you should not support the other side of the country that supports the opposition view. right? Why did they support the philosophies of evil in the world? Right? Because they're not, the Christians aren't really spiritual people. They're evil people. Okay. Yeah.
Your father just took his shower and he's talking about going out for breakfast.
All right.
Sister, thank you so much.
You guys missed it. Consistently, I'm interrupted in my videos, and that's not a coincidence either. Anyway. So people then reproduce and live with groups that work together to kill off the righteous and their family. So you say, well, I was on the farm acting like a neutral kind of monk kind of bitch. Okay, how am I to blame? Because you're setting the stage for your kids to be controlled by the people that are directly to blame, and they're going to mix with them if they want to survive. Right? Their reproduction is going to be controlled by the people that killed me. They're going to be sleeping with them and their children. What the fuck do you think? You're going to live and reproduce with serpents. What don't you get? There is no being innocent and not standing with me. There is no not benefiting from it. There is no being disqualified by God and not standing with me. That is the default position. There's no way around it. My goodness, your kids are going to reproduce with theirs and you don't see what's wrong? No bad tree can bear good fruit. No servant can be greater, and you don't see what's wrong in a predominantly Christian culture? You stupid fuck. What the fuck's wrong with you? I literally have to spell it out for these dumbasses. I literally have to spell it out, right? Magic spell, wordplay. I literally have to spell it out. They don't get the ideas already because they're evil. They don't search for the top martial artists because they don't care about seeking good enough to put it together. At what point do they realize, and if they're just stupid, they're animals. They're animals. Animals can't connect to God. Animals breeding with evil people can't connect to God. Animals setting the stage for animals to breed with the children of evil scum who cheat people scientifically and take great pains to get it just right cannot connect to God. These guys aren't just evil liars. They have scientifically cheated me. They have worked together with the greatest minds in academia to cheat me out of my rightful fucking place and to control your reproduction. That's why live is evil backwards. What don't you get? At what point do they realize it is evil to still be alive? Right? The evil A, right? It's also, alive. The evil A after I die is evil, right? The person who's seen as the alpha after I die is evil. He's the evil A. You know them by their works, right? The crow. When does the blessed line die and when does it live on? So the best excuse you can possibly have is, well, maybe this guy's not good. You ever think of that? It's a weak-ass excuse. If for nothing else, this is your best chance. No one makes the argument side. No one gets to the meat of the matter, the reproductive cycle in truth, and brings up martial arts and so on and so like I have. No one has the 4-year, $4,000 top martial arts challenge on the internet like I have on YouTube. No one has made 4,000 fucking plus videos in 9.5 years like I have. Everyone has been sucking a goat dick. So evil is a result of ignorance, right? To ignore, right? That's what it means to be ignorant. How can you say these guys are smart or wise when they're ignoring what is going on with the top martial artist, the blameless one, the last chance for humanity to connect to God from the tribe that has expressed the most physical and academic prowess as a group on the planet, with obstacles considered especially. Evil is a result of ignorance. No one else is smart. If they're ignoring this and they're not standing with me, they're ignorant. They're ignoring the higher call to duty to stand with me. They're ignorant. They're ignorant, evil, dishonorable, immoral. Everything bad is what the future is. Everything evil. E-vi-L. They should not even be vying for Lord. They should say, I don't deserve it. He's the Prince of Ari. It's open and shut. Boom. He's the true king of God's cult center. It's open and shut. The Jewish story is based on Horus, right? It is a set misinterpretation and twist of Horus as the skywalking, land-uniting hero. Heros is master, the martial art leader, the alpha, the only worthy leader, sacrificed 5 people in his family doing the right thing. It's not like I put him on the altar and stabbed him to death. I did the right thing. I was persecuted for the right reasons. Okay. So everything else I've explored in this video. How the fuck am I almost out of time already? This is bullshit. Okay. I'm the only logical viable candidate, a blameless one. To be blameless one must have the nature to emerge this way from a family that acted to restore the divine order before 2019. The technology makes it clear. Inaction makes you evil. the cultural guilt, and they're planning to replace the hero line.